You're smiling in the background, fucking me up. What up, film family? It's your boy D with another video. In this video, we're going to talk about a recent roll I shot. It's Ektachrome 100 ISO on the Rollei AFM35. I have it up here. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you're new to my channel, what I like to do is get a camera, shoot a roll through it, share the whole vlog with you guys, and then I like to give my first thoughts, and I also like to go over my top photos towards the end of the video. First roll, especially shooting slide film for the first time on a point and shoot camera, which is not a typical choice for everyone. But when I was reading about the Rollei AFM and the Class A, I heard that it is the perfect point and shoot to shoot slide film with. So when I read that, why not? Didn't need to hear more, just took the film out and did this vlog.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride.
Yeah, I wanna party with you, tú eres dulce como tiramisú. Me traje mi mano amigo, llámale a dos amigas. No le pidas permiso, será mejor noche de tu vida. Muévelo, muévelo, ella me envenenó. Hold up, espérenlo, estoy hipnotizado. Ella me conoce, visita en la noche, botella de roce, oh yeah. Rumbo para allá, rumbo para el mar, aquí quiere estar, oh yeah.
So Kodak Ektachrome is a slide film, meaning it's not a reversal needed. Negative film, you have to reverse it to get the colors that you want. Slide film is technically a positive film, and you just get the color straight from that scan. No flipping necessary in Photoshop. Positive film adds a little bit more pressure with you needing to have the exposure be spot on. In negative film, you can still miss the exposure by half a stop and then still get a decent exposure if you edit in post. But with slide film, it has to be spot on. I noticed that the highlights were easily blown out. So it's just something to think about when you shoot film. You definitely want to shoot a camera that you can meter manually with, or that you're more confident with getting the proper exposure out of that camera. And I think that the Rollei AFM actually did a pretty good job.
Tu amor fue hecho solo para mí. Sígueme, vente para acá. Si soy loco, no más por ti. He viajado para norte y sur, no encontré a alguien como tú. Yeah, I wanna party with you, tú eres dulce como tiramisú. Me traje mi mano amigo.
In Ektachrome, I did notice there's a lot stronger contrast in the colors, and there's also a lot more depth in the photos. There were very strong reds, very strong blues. The secondary colors, green and yellow, were also very strong. So a very vivid film stock, which could be good if people are into that. It definitely has cooler tones that I'm used to from Kodak Gold and Kodak Pro Image, and the skin tones were at times oversaturated, so it's definitely not my style. I definitely like a calmer, I call it a more realistic tone. The contrast is very strong. The blacks are black, but the whites are already too bright, so if you try to make an adjustment in post, it's gonna easily blow out the highlights some more, and it just is a characteristic of this film.
Será mejor noche de tu vida. Muévelo, muévelo, ella me envenenó. Hold up, espérenlo, estoy hipnotizado. Ella me conoce, visita en la noche. Rumbo para allá, rumbo para el mar. Aquí quiere estar, oh yeah. Tengo lo que ella necesita. Emojis.
A lot of times when I was looking at these photos, it definitely felt like it had a lot of characteristics that digital photos have. I mean, it has small amount of grain in some of the photos, but for the most part, I got a very digital feel from them. It just seems like a photo that you took on your phone and then added a vivid filter. Other photographers may be into and like that. I know that a couple people have published photo books with this kind of style, but for me, I'm not a huge fan of it. I did enjoy in trying it out and experiencing it for the first time. It just seems a little strange to me to shoot a film stock that is so close to digital. It makes me think, why not just shoot digital? I could change my mind later on, but again, this is just my first thoughts on this film stock.
Será mejor noche de tu vida. Muévelo, muévelo, ella me envenenó. Hold up, espérenlo, estoy hipnotizado. Ella me conoce, visita en la noche. Botella de roce, oh ea. Rumbo para allá, rumbo para el mar. Aquí quiere estar, oh ea. Tengo lo que ella necesita. Emojis, besos, caritas. Mujer, yo quiero tu amor. Tu amor fue hecho solo para mí. Sígueme, vente para acá. Si soy loco, no más por ti. Dime que me quieres encima. Dime que me quieres ahorita. Sígueme, vente para acá. Ella conmigo se excita. Tu cuerpo es para mí. Yo enamorado con ella. No me rompas mi corazón, su cuerpo de botella. Noche te divertiste tú, mi cuarto huele como tú. Cosas nuevas me enseña, su cuerpo de botella.
Where this camera really shines is in the shadows. I feel like when I took photos in the shadows, even when it used the flash, it definitely metered well and gave you saturated but closer to more realistic colors. The camera also gave us really nice blue skies, which is another characteristic of this film. It might be just because of the blue tones that it naturally gives you. So when you take an image with the sky included, it just gives it that nice blue hue. But something I definitely wanted to highlight and mention. I am curious to see how this camera does a little bit closer to golden hour. I think it also would thrive. I definitely think this is a film stock that is better in the shadows or in areas where there's not direct sunlight emitted. The first part of this roll, I ended up just shooting family time and just quick snaps and not as artistic. I feel like the last 10 photos I was definitely walking around and trying to create photos, I guess using a more artistic eye. I hope that makes sense what I'm trying to say. I will be picking the top photos from the last 10 photos simply because it's really easy for me to pick top photos of my family. So the first top photo that I wanted to talk about was in the Sausalito. I'm calling it the Sausalito pedestrian shot. What I like about the photo is that I am closer to the subjects than I usually am. In the next photo that I show here, what I typically shoot, I just shoot from more of a distance. So this one is a little bit more intimate, and I like that you can see the skyline behind of San Francisco. There's a lot of blue tones in this photo, but I like how you can still see the gentleman's skin, and it does seem somewhat accurate. From what I'm gathering, this is just a characteristic from the film. This next top photo is of the palm tree with a blue background sky that I was talking about earlier. I like how I placed that tree right there in the rule of thirds, and then I also included another palm tree in the top right corner. It's definitely a strong photo that I see that could be on a wallpaper. Here's an example of what I'm showing. So definitely very proud of this shot. I really like how it came out, but again, it does give you that digital feel. The last top photo that I wanted to mention is of these pink flowers. I just really like how the colors came out in this shot and the sharpness of this photo. I don't really think that it would be as interesting to me if it wasn't shot on this film stock. Definitely just wanted to highlight and show it to you guys. Definitely could be another option for an iPhone wallpaper. Alright, film family, that's it for this video. Please smash that like button for your boy, and please comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It really motivates your boy, and it also helps this channel do very, very well. And as always, guys, happy shooting. Don't laugh. Bro, I'm trying to be serious. I'm trying to end this video, this suffering of mine. Alright? Ready? Okay, be quiet.